What's good? How are you doing?
I'm solid, man. What's happening?
I'm all right. I'm all right. So last week, we discussed at length on the cancellation of Afro Nation, right?
Okay.
And this week, we've been hearing on concerts being cancelled both locally and internationally. Why do you think this is happening?
See, it's just there's a lot of reasons, right? There's a lot of reasons why these different reasons why these concerts have been cancelled both in Nigeria and overseas. I mean, number one, we have to look at the global economy. Right now, it's just not the low spending power. It's not a Nigerian. It's not restricted to Nigeria alone. Even in the UK, in the US, and in Europe, even in Asia, they have they are poor economic situations. People have to decide, like they have to draw a scale of preference and decide what they want to spend on. There's low purchasing power. There's cost of living crisis, especially in the UK. So this is a major issue. This part of the reasons why these concerts have been cancelled, and it's not just Nigerian artists that have their concerts being cancelled. You know, we've seen we've heard news of rappers, like cancellation of concerts from rappers. Even in the UK, the different news this week of cancellations from some pop rock band and different artists like that. So we have to look at the global economic situation. There's one. We also look at the cost of organizing concerts. I mean, we talked about this last week. It's really expensive. It's super expensive, probably more expensive than it has ever been. Booking artists, getting the sound, the stage setup, everything, security. It's just really expensive, and it's just not making sense for a lot of promoters right now. So it's not a risk people think is worth taking, especially when the artist is not like maybe an A-list artist that can pull crowd. But for B-list artists that involves a lot more risks. It's just not, the economy is just not, doesn't work for these promoters, right? We have to look at the ecosystem in the UK, because this news is coming out of the UK mostly. Tiwa Savage's concert that was cancelled in the UK, Adekunle Gold UK, postponed, not cancelled, postponed. They were postponed. So cancelled. They were postponed. Like they get the details right and they'll go again, right? So it's based in UK concerts at AG UK, I think TY UK, and I think the others that were cancelled too, like that in the UK. So we have to look at that ecosystem. Now, fundamentally, right, a lot of these Nigerian artists, they rely on the Nigerian community there. Yes.
The African and diaspora community there to come for this concert, right? So it's not like they are not indigenous to those countries. True. They're not from those countries. They're not like the Ed Sheeran. They're not the Dua Lipas, So they are Nigerians and African superstars who rely mostly on the Nigerian diaspora and the African diaspora there to come. So now the thing with this African diaspora is that some of them are not necessarily fans of this artist. They go, okay, let's just support this Nigerian brand. Let's support this African brand, right? And and these Nigerian artists, they do not have like a strong foot there. Okay, the music is crossing over there because the UK is the first point of entry for Nigerian music internationally, right? So it's just like anything that kicks off or takes off in Nigeria would naturally take off in the UK, because there's a lot of Nigerians in the UK. And it's growing massively due to the Jackpot wave, right? So it's really relatable there. So these artists are now chasing the music over there. And since Afrobeats to the world is happening, that's their first point of entry. So once you get a hit in Nigeria, you chase it to the UK, try to do a show, right? So it's now becoming the saturation we are witnessing in Nigeria now. They are also kind of witnessing it there, because a lot of these artists are going there to do shows, and due to the cost of living crisis, these consumers have to decide, okay, which shows are we going for? And when consumers start deciding that, okay, are we going for this show or not, they start drawing a scale of preference, then people will start dropping. That's where commitment will start to show. That's where who is a fan of who and who is not a fan of who. Who have done the groundwork, who has solidified their base in that particular location. Also, and that's where you differentiate between someone who's riding the wave of a popular song and someone who's joining and try to like cash in on the Afrobeats to the world movement, compared to someone who has a solid base there, who have like cultural influences there, who has partnered and collaborated with local artists there and has like a solid brand there. So a lot of these Nigerian artists don't have it, right? They just okay, everybody wants to listen to Afrobeat, let's just do it. Promoters want to cash in on Afrobeat, so they tell Nigerian artists, come to the UK, let's do a show in the UK, the US. We give you an advance, we'll market the show, and it's just the same playbook since this Afrobeats boom started. It's the same playbook. Just like, let's just do a show, you get advance, we promote it. So people are not they're not thinking out of the box anymore, right? So even consumers are becoming bored. There's consumer fatigue. And due to cost of crisis, living crisis, people have to choose what they want to see. Then another thing we have to consider is the possibility that these artists are punching above their weight. Like 15K capacity, 20K capacity. Can you sell it out?
Yeah.
Can you sell it out? This is something that started happening maybe 2019, 2020, 2021, and it's not like you're not indigenous to that country.
True.
Someone like, let's consider a big UK artist, someone who's popping right now, Central C.
Yeah.
He's popping right now.
Yeah.
I don't think Central C will sell out Eko Hotel. I don't think so. I don't think he has enough fans in Nigeria to sell out Eko Hotel. But he's still popular here to an extent. And UK music is popular here, drill, grime. But I don't think he will sell out Eko Hotel. And it's just 6K capacity. Because it's not indigenous here. He has not done a lot of groundworks here. He has not collaborated. But someone like Dave should be able to. I mean, fingers crossed. Like, he should be able to sell out Eko Hotel, because aside the fact that maybe he's Nigerian from birth, he has collaborated with our artists here. He has done groundwork here.
Sure.
You understand? So it's different. Nigerians, they have not done groundwork. Now, because of the Afrobeats to the world wave, right? They're now some of them are punching above their weight. They're becoming more ambitious. Like, okay, let's go for 10K capacity. Let's go for 50K capacity. These are artists who ordinarily would do local, like, ballrooms, 1.5, 2K people. You get your money, you move on. But now they're eyeing OVO Arena, they're eyeing bigger arenas like Brixton or so. And one of the reason, part reason for this situation where they are maybe being overly ambitious and punching above their weight is because of the conversations going on locally. Right? Nigerian fans, I don't want to say they are spoiled, but Afrobeat to the world have spoiled Nigerian fans in the way that when they see Nigerian artists doing things, huge things, in fact, they just say, oh, what's special in it? I mean, for other African countries, we have African countries, even thriving music ecosystems in Africa, where if you join all their stars together, they probably cannot sell out O2. Right? And you see a Nigerian go do that, and they be like, oh, it's O2 when you're beat at Selena Stadium. So it's just the way Nigerians, like, we have become, the Afrobeat to the world has, like, made us lost touch with reality. We get so comfortable, and we now, like, pressure artists, especially stands, different stand base. I'm like, oh, my fifth sold out an arena now, 25 capacity. My fifth sold out the stadium. Can you do it? Your fifth is still struggling with 15K capacity, bro. You take how many people from Africa, outside Nigeria, how many from Africa can sell out 10K capacity in UK or US, right? So I think this particular conversation, this comparison from the fans, and also the intrinsic ego of the artists themselves. Artists are narcissists. They like to do things that will make them feel good, and so that's why they will feel overly ambitious. So it combines to create a situation where these artists are now going to punch above their weight, and now they're having to maybe cancel shows because they're not selling enough tickets. Obviously, if you've gone for a ballroom 3,000 capacity, you probably will sell out. So these are there are different like reasons why these shows are getting cancelled, both in Nigeria, of course, and even internationally. Yeah.
Right. So talking about punching above their weight, right? Why do you think Nigerian artists are so expensive to book?
Last week, right? Last week we talked about this last week. We're going to talk about the cancellation of Afro Nation, right? So there's the price to pay for advancement. Yeah, there's the price to pay for advancement. When one of the prices we have to pay for music streaming, the growth of music streaming in Nigeria, the streaming farm. See people go and farm their songs to get top of the chart. I mean, it's not new. It's just the digital manifestation. Before we used to see people buy the CDs, right? So just back to the conversation. So it's the price to pay for the advancement of Afrobeat. Now, Nigerian music is growing internationally. These artists are sharing stages like festivals with international superstars. The who is who international music. American superstars, UK superstars, right? So, and they're getting paid huge money the way these American superstars will be paid. So this global demand for Nigerian music has increased the prices these artists charge. So they haven't been exposed to the global market, and being able to charge this amount of money as quote unquote made them understand their value. Like, oh, I can command this fee, right? So and when they come back to Nigeria, they want to command that global rate, right? They want to command that global rate. You see a B-list artist go and charge $40,000 for one show.
Dollars.
Yeah, I mean, you perform for 1 hour, maybe 2 hours max, and you want someone to, and you're a B-list artist, and you want someone to part with 40K, 50K dollars, right? So it's the international and the global exposure of Afrobeat that's led to this, the demand, and also there's more money in the business right now. Like there's injection of funds, both locally and internationally, more investors, more people investing in music, and there's a lot of money to go around, right? People are getting deals, publishing deals. It was raining publishing deals like 2 weeks ago. A lot of people were getting publishing deals in Nigeria, and the advances were good, huge money, tens of thousands of dollars, right? So these artists, they've tasted global money, and this is not something that just is reflective of the music industry alone. It is something that is reflective of when there's an injection of funds from a foreign entity in a particular ecosystem. So even in Nigeria, when international companies came and start hiring tech people, they started paying them $50K, $100K per year, because they're coding and they could do things a normal, maybe even a 20-year-old can do in Europe, right? And they now like that money they're being paid took them above what they would normally be paid in Nigeria, right? Even in different sectors, in the oil sector and stuff like that, right? So there's the boom. When there's a boom and there's money in the system, then people start to earn more than they would ordinarily earn, right? And those people do not want to bring down their price subsequently, right? Even when they walk away from that sector, don't join that sector, they want to command the same fee. That's what's happening right now. Afrobeat is global, Afrobeat is international. These artists are making money all over the world, and when they come back here, they want to be paid competitively, like the way they'll be paid in UAE, in Dubai, in Saudi. They want Nigerians to pay them the same type of money, the same amount of money. So that's why it's really expensive.
All right. So you already mentioned it, right? So why are Nigerian artists charging in dollars? Because I feel like that's another problem.
Bro, it's a big problem.
Yeah.
It's a big problem because why you, a Nigerian artist, let's say you don't even live in Nigeria, right? It's fine. Yeah. But you, a Nigerian artist, charging a Nigerian promoter or Nigerian brand in dollars for a show happening in Nigeria. Why? Well, there's a reason. Okay. Number one, right? Music business right now in Nigeria is denominated in dollars. And this is mainly due to the arrival of international major companies, international brands, So when these artists negotiate deals, advances and stuff like that, they get paid in dollars. When they try to market and they get their royalties, they get paid in dollars. When they even try to market their music, the hire influencers, PR brands, these PR brands often charges them in dollars, right? So the market is denominated in dollars. These artists, most of them don't even live here. They live overseas. They come here for holidays, and when they come here, it's news. So they spend dollars. In their day-to-day affairs involve spending dollars. And when they come here, maybe they change their currency to naira and stuff like that. But overall, they don't live here, so their day-to-day affairs are conducted in dollars. And they are not the only ones, right? They're not the only ones charging in dollars. They are just the only one we're talking about. Brands, companies, influencers, creators, digital creators, people within the music ecosystem also charges in dollars, right? So it is like, is this right? Maybe not. Is it legal? It's not. I mean, it's not particularly legal, because if you are, as a Nigerian, offering a service in Nigerian, especially a Nigerian company, if they offer you naira, you're obligated to take it. The only person that is not obligated to take naira is a foreign entity, a company not registered in Nigeria. Maybe you are importing something from China, and that's where you have to go and look for foreign exchange to pay that person, because that person is not going to take naira from you. But you're a Nigerian working in Nigeria, operating under a Nigerian registered a company registered in Nigeria. You are obligated to take the naira if it's offered to you. But it is because the music business, as it is right now, is denominated in dollars. And because of the foreign funds, the foreign injection of funds coming into Afrobeat, everyone has gone, I don't say they've gone greedy, but everyone has, they've got a taste of the dollars, and everyone wants more now.
All right. So you already mentioned how expensive it is to organize concerts in Nigeria, right? Do you think it is a reflection of the Nigerian music market or the music market generally?
Of course. This is probably the most expensive time to be an artist. I mean, it's the best time.
Yeah,
it's the best time. There's money. There's more chances to be seen. More opportunities for visibility. But it's also very expensive. Marketing music marketing is very expensive. There are a lot more platforms to service. Before you pay TikTok influencers, before you pay Twitter influencers, you now go and pay IG influencers. It's just a lot of money.
It is.
It's just a lot of money. You have to do pitches. You have to shoot expensive music videos. It's a lot of money. So and this has shaped the ecosystem. Right? Everyone wants a piece of the cake, and everyone wants a cut. So the money these artists are charging is reflective of what is happening in the ecosystem, because they are not the only one charging a lot of money. They are not the only one. From other people who work in the ecosystem, from the creators to people who work in music labels, they also get, people who work in music labels also even get paid in dollars. Because a lot of record labels in Nigeria, they operate their business in dollars. Some of them, especially these international majors, right? So the fact that artists are charging this ridiculous, let me not say ridiculous, but to be honest, it's actually ridiculous, $1 million for a show in Nigeria. It's just, who's going to pay that kind of money?
What?
Yeah. Oh, you're surprised, right? $1 million for a 1 hour 15 minutes show.
What?
I mean, so it's a lot of money. So it's reflective of the market. It's reflective of the inflation in the market. I think maybe the music market is going through what football has been going through for a while, since Saudi money and UAE money came, Kuwait money entered football. Inflation, like people are buying squad players for 60, 50 million pounds, right? So I think it's happening in music too. That's why you see a breakout artist that broke out this year, couple of 2 hit songs, so a couple of popular songs, charging you 50 million naira for a show. Who's going to pay you that money? Who's going to pay you that money? Like, where they won't see her, man. Let's be realistic here, right? So, but it's not just artists alone. It's reflective. Influencers are charging you lots of money. There are digital creators who are going to charge you upward of 2, 3, 5 million naira because they want to dance on your song. You're surprised, Abby? That's what's up.
What?
So it's not we call out the artists because they are at the forefront of the stuff, but it's reflective of what's going on in the ecosystem. That's why you see these artists, they also call out other people, like, oh, so you want to talk about artists, you're not talking about OAPs who are asking us to bring so amount of money to spin out a song. You're not talking about creators and influencers who are charging us obscene amount of money to promote our songs, right? So it's reflective, it goes round. So it's not just, it's just, it mirrors what's going on right now.
Right, so as to reach a compromise, right? So should Nigerian artists sacrifice something for your home nation?
Bro, last week, right, we talked about this about should Nigerian artists make sacrifices. Yeah. Last week we talked about how the major incentive for these artists to perform in Nigeria is basically sentimental. First of all, they won't get paid the amount of money they'll get paid internationally. Second, the setup is not really great. The sound is not really great. The production is not really great. The organization is not at the level it is globally, right? So they don't necessarily have fun performing in Nigeria, so to say. So for a lot of them, it's not fun. It's just because it feels like they're tinting their brand, right? So it's sentimental. It's like, okay, I'm Nigerian. I have to be in touch with the local market. I have to be in touch with my Nigerian fans, because let's face it, if you lose relevance here, bro, you lose relevance there.
Gone.
Yeah, there's only maybe one anomaly that is not big here, that didn't blow up here and blow up there. Even CK was doing okay here. It was popular here with noise music, right? Even though Love One City started blowing up internationally, it had its moment in Nigeria, right? So there's hardly any artist. Thames is the only anomaly that was not particularly popular here, but just blew up after Essence, just blew up internationally, right? So you have to be able to stay in touch with the local market. Maybe that's the reason they'll say, okay, fine, let me come back, let me do something for my fans, let me do something for my for the people here, let me give back, so to say, right? To the community. But it's not just about giving back alone, because number one, you need it for career sustenance. You need to be in touch with the system. But then now, when we talk about compromises, right? It's compromises, but it's reality. It's us facing reality. See, let's face it, right? There's nobody in Nigeria working in any sector except our overpaid politicians, right? Our overpaid do nothing politicians. Like, they are the only one getting paid at the level their peers are getting paid globally. Nobody in any other part of, in any sector in Nigeria, not in the media, not in academia, not in banking, no industry, not even in tech, no industry where you are getting paid the same amount of money someone in New York is getting paid. None. So why should the artist be an exception? There should be pay parity. The money people charge is reflective of the purchasing power of that particular location. There's a reason why Spotify don't charge us €9 now, or $9 to $10 for 1 month. That's the money they charge in the US. That's the money they charge in the UK, in Europe. They charge us 99 cents or 900 naira. Yeah, change that to dollars now. Because we are poor. It's the truth. We don't have money, and they have to charge us in a way that reflects what we can pay. Right? They're not paying. See, they're not the money you are getting and you're earning in Nigeria. The money I'm earning in Nigeria. Shout pause. So the money you're earning, the money I'm earning, the money a banker is earning in Nigeria is not reflective of the money our peers are earning in New York or Tokyo.
Speak on it.
So why should you, an artist, be the one to say, oh no, I'm not going to charge a fee that's reflective of the purchasing power of the average Nigerian? Because they are paying us the purchasing power that is reflective of the might and the revenue of the Nigerian company. Because a Nigerian company can not possibly pull the revenue an American company will pull. Spotify is not making the money they're making in Nigeria from the money they're making in Sweden. Right? It doesn't even get close to it at all.
Or South Africa.
Yeah, so why are you now saying you are the one that will charge $1 million, $500,000 for a show in Nigeria? Who wants to pay you that kind of money? So it's not just compromise alone, it's reality. You have to be able to charge a fee that's reflective of the ecosystem, that's reflective of the market you're operating in, because you're not the only one alone. Nobody. Even people that work in music, they're not getting paid. Someone that works in a label in Nigeria is not getting paid the same money someone in the UK office is getting paid. They're paying them in pounds. They're paying you in naira. By the time you change it to pounds, you're going to slip into a mini depression. Right? So it is what it is. So it is time to face reality. Is it compromise? You could call it that, but it's the same compromise everyone is making. Right? Just so to keep the system going, to move the system forward. Right? So yeah, artists, they need to make compromises too, because we are making compromises.
All right. Damn, you're really angry about this one. All right. Okay, moving on. So you've already spoken about how artists need to make compromise. Are they the only sector of the music market that should be making these compromises?
No, everyone needs to make compromises, right?
Yeah.
And you know why I say everyone needs to make compromises? Because the consumers have made compromises. Nigerians, we don't have purchasing power. Every day, the naira keeps dipping. You understand? Like, the naira keeps nose diving.
Yeah.
Right? And irrespective, despite that, Nigerians still purchase music. They stream, they try to go for shows, they try to promote, they do their best to put Afrobeats on the spotlight, to spotlight the music, to promote the music. Right? So it's this consumers themselves are making compromises. You cannot ask them to make more compromises. If you're asking the consumers to make more compromises, that means you want them to go out of their way, which is not possible, to fork out 100k naira for one show. And how many shows would they go for? 5? They can't earn the money. So people have to make compromises. The artists have to make compromises. People in the ecosystem, right? They have to make compromises. The labels, even the promoter, the show promoters, like, what's your profit margin? You have to be realistic with it. Everyone needs to meet at the middle, right? Labels, artists, show promoters, right? And even the government needs to play their part, because you cannot keep demanding more from consumers. These consumers, they've already been stretched thin. The December will happen, 5-6 shows, average of the lowest ticket will probably go for 10 to 15,000. Some as high as 75, 60k. How many do they want to go for? Right? So it's not easy. They're already stretched thin. They're already making a lot of sacrifices. So everyone needs to make sacrifices as well. Now, we understand that I don't want to vilify artists, demonize them and make them look like the bad guy here, right? Because they're putting in the work. They need to make money too. They are not going to be hot forever. It's the truth. They need to make money when they're popping. Cashing on the moment, right? They're prime. So I don't demonize them. I get it, but we have to be realistic. You have to be very realistic and know that this thing is not sustainable. Now shows are getting cancelled abroad, and now you have priced yourself out of the Nigerian market. That's it. Shows are getting cancelled abroad because there's cost of living crisis there. You're not indigenous to that particular place. They have maybe the consumers there to an extent have seen enough of you. They're like, if we have had enough, you guys should come back next year. The one you guys have done this year is enough, right? So, and now you have priced yourself out of the Nigerian market. You've given us a rate card that we cannot pay, right? So we have to meet in the middle. Everyone has to make sacrifices. Labels need to recoup their money. Oh, well and good. You invest in an artist, you have to make back your money, but you have to be very realistic with it. That you cannot charge a Nigerian promoter $1 million, $500,000. By the time they pay you, you have to pay other artists too. You have to consider sound setup, stage setup, rent venue, security, logistics, ticketing. All these things, money will be running into nearly $1 billion plus on something that will probably not even make profit, let alone you will break even self, let alone make profit. So it's not realistic. Now, we're hearing cases of people canceling events, even in Nigeria. All events that would normally happen. How many events have you seen already? Tickets should be going up for the December event already.
I noticed that.
Tickets should be going up. Right now, we've only seen a couple of people, Flight Time announced the show. Right? We're not seeing a lot of events. People are now, it's DJ moment. Now, you guys will like DJ. I say truth, you guys will like DJ and Hype Man. Because nobody can pay these artists now. You guys will like DJ. You guys will like Amapiano. You guys will like Amapiano. Bro, you guys will like Amapiano because who wants to pay somebody $500,000? Kilo fe call. Like, do the math. You say do the math. Like, how is it going to happen? So if you're getting paid $500,000 and when you calculate the cost of setting up the entire show is running into maybe $2 million and everything like that, the ticket has to be priced for like 100k, 150k for regular. Nobody will buy it now. Sure. Nobody will buy it. So right now is the DJ moment, right? Everybody, DJs will have a wonderful time. They're about to have a lovely time because these artists have shown that they have priced themselves out of this market. So people will go for DJs, people will go for hype men and do raves, right? So there'll be less artists performing, right? They just hype man just does his thing and stuff like that, yeah. And then a lot of veterans, OGs they will hire them because those ones are more reasonable. Shout out to the OGs, man.
Not veterans.
Shout out to the OGs. Why are you laughing? No, it's not disrespect to anybody.
Very shady.
No, I'm serious. OGs know they chop Afrobeats to the world money now. Your time don't pass. Your time don't pass. There are some OGs, shout out P Square. There's some OGs that they're always there. They can go sell out shows in UK. But I mean, your OGs you heard that popped in the early 2010s, mid 2010s. Well, nobody's checking them out in the UK, US. So we can get them nostalgia. You build a nostalgia. You do your show because all these popping guys, they're charging somebody with 1-2 hit songs, asking you to go and find 25 million. You can't pay it now. So we have to meet in the middle. It's not realistic. You have to be a conversation and say, okay, see, this money you're charging cannot work. How can we do? Do we share profit later? Do we share the risks? Do these artists start even putting up their own show? Test your own popularity now. Right. You understand? Like, now, is someone putting his own money on the line, a promoter taking the risks, giving you money, say, okay, come, take $100,000, come and perform, come and headline this concert. I would sort the ticket, I will pay for everything out of pocket. You just come and show up. Right? That's the promoter taking the risks. You, if it's sure for you, take the risk yourself. Come meet the bank, get a loan, come together with your friends, organize a show, and see if you will break even, and see if people like you enough to buy your ticket. Right? So it's we have to have a conversation and see if it's practicable. Can this artist take the risks? No, they won't. They won't. So why are you now frustrating those who want to take the risks? You should support them instead. So as I said, we need to be very, very realistic here. We need to be very realistic, and that's why we have to have a realistic conversation. So compromises will be made from the side of the artists, the side of the label. Maybe even show promoters need to make compromises too. And by compromises, I mean maybe raise their level. Sounds have not been great. Stage management have not been great. We've gone for show where show is supposed to start by 7, 8. It will not start until 1. Sometimes you get there, the show is supposed to start by 8. You get there 7:30 and they are still setting up the stage. They are They are still hammering the stage. They are still setting up the stage, putting up placard and setting up the screen. It's pathetic. It's embarrassing. That's why these artists don't reach you guys. Because you guys don't reach yourself. You guys don't organize your show well, right? So we can call it compromises, but everyone has to play their part. As a promoter, you need to play your part. You need to play your part, right? Like set up your stuff well. Give people value for their money. So that way we could even and get public-private partnership, and maybe that way we can start finding a way to move the industry forward.
All right. So talking about public partnerships, like you just rightly
Yeah.
said, what is the role of the government in all of these?
I mean, it's fundamental. It's fundamental because our Nigerian government is very useless that we keep leaving them out of conversations when they have a role to play. We don't have a great government. So the whole situation of show getting cancelled in Nigeria and Nigerian artists not rating Nigeria, we can't perform here. You guys cannot afford our money. We cannot even see our artists. We just have to settle for YouTube right now, right? So it's because we don't have purchasing power, low spending power, disposable income is very, very low. You understand, right? So that's because the economy is not really great. Look at what's happening with the naira, right? So if we have a better economy, we reduce inflation, things will get better. So that's one of the roles the government can play. Another role the government can play is by actually participating in growing the system, the ecosystem. We mentioned this last week where the entertainment sector needs to cooperate and partner with the government. You need to tell them ways to help. It's just not about some association heads and some people wearing fancy clothes and go and having fancy dinners and taking money and not doing anything with them. Right? We need people to actually say the things the industry needs. Can the government set up a fund to support the December, event in Lagos? Yeah, like there should be like a government kind of like support around this December event, because that's one of the ways to market the country. We don't have the best reputation, but we have Afrobeats. We could use that. So last week I mentioned how take maybe Cross River State government, for example, partner Afro Nation, maybe partner an international company as well, maybe an oil company, and get Afro Nation to Cross River, right? 3-day event, side attractions. People fly from all over the world. That's our World Cup. They'll bring foreign exchange with them. You understand? And you capture the FX, you grow the naira. So government needs to support the entertainment sector, maybe even through tax holidays, through actually funding these concerts themselves, partnering with the private sector to fund these concerts. Like, let's have our own North Hill Festival. Let's have our own. Let's start from somewhere, right? And also even partnering with private sector to put up structures. Let's get better venues. Right now, we just have like 2 good venues in Lagos. In the entire Lagos, we have like 2 good venues, except you want to go and do it on the beach, right? So we need venues, we need structures, and we need the entertainment industry, the players, the stakeholders to partner with the government to create structures, not just redundant structures like PMAN that nobody know what they are doing except the same press release every fortnight that will not materialize into anything substantial, right? We need structures, people to actually do things, right? Because that's the only way it's going to work. So we need the industry to partner with the government, because right now it's private sector led, which that's how it should be. It should be private sector led, but you cannot remove the state capacity. You cannot remove state capacity, and that's one of the major issues with Nigeria. We remove state capacity from everything. Education, you remove state capacity. Like, you now as a person, you pay for your water, you pay for your lights, you pay for your security, you probably contribute money to grade your streets. What the is the government doing for you? So no state capacity. You want to go to your hospital, you go to a private hospital. And it shows that you cannot eliminate state capacity. It's necessary, and even in the entertainment sector, we need it. So right now, Nigerians are being priced out of the music we're making. We cannot afford the concerts. We cannot get our superstars to come here to perform. We're not enjoying the moment. Like the festivals happening around the world, we're not getting it here because we don't have the spending power. And we have to find a way to keep the industry growing, and that involves making compromises, meeting at the middle, right? Everyone has to play their part. The consumers are playing their part. They're loud about the music. They keep listening to the music. They keep promoting the music, but using the soft power we have. So everyone needs to play their part as well, because that's the only way we grow Afrobeats, and that's the only way we have a music industry worth passing down to the future generation. And that's facts only.